DataMiner Integration Studio is a must-have to work on advanced automation scripts. In this video, I would like to specifically introduce you to working with solution-based automation scripts, how you use it, and what its main benefits are. DataMiner Integration Studio is a must-have if you want to work on advanced automation scripts in Visual Studio. In this video, I will show you how you can use one of its features to work on one or multiple automation scripts in a solution. I'll also show you how to do this and what the benefits are. So let's connect to Visual Studio now so I can show you how to get started. First thing I need to do when I want to work on an automation script in a solution is create my solution. To do that, I'll go to File, New, and then by installing DIS, I have some extra options available here. In this case, I need to select DataMiner Automation Script Solution, and I'll be asked to give my solution a name and where I want to store this solution. So let's first select the target folder. In my case, I'll put this in a folder on my C drive, and I already created a folder for the singular life solution I want to create. So I'll select this one. I'll give my solution a name. I'll just use scripts in this case. And I can already select if I want to create an initial automation script or not in my solution. In my case, I will not select this because I actually already have some of these scripts. The scripts I want to add to my solution are the following. I have a script that will create a new stream in singular life and another script that will create a new stream in VLC. I have one more script then that actually calls these subscripts, so I can have a single script that I execute in DataMiner to combine both these functionalities. So what I'll do is untick this and click OK. DIS has now created a solution for my scripts with some extra folders. The DLLs folder where I can add extra DLLs that I need in my script, documentation folder, and then an internal one which contains as a main part the automation script class library project that contains the full DIS class library. This project is there so I would have full IntelliSense when I want to use its functionality in my own scripts. Now you can see I don't have any scripts yet, so what I'll do now is right-click here and select Add, and then I want to add an existing DataMiner automation script in my case. So I'll select this and then select the singular life new flow XML, which is the exported script that I had available in DataMiner Cube. If I select this, a new folder is added for my script, and you can see the XML is there, but I cannot see the actual C# code anymore here. Instead, this references to a project in my solution, and for every exe block that has C#, DIS will now have created an additional project. So if I want to access the code in my script, I can open up this project and I can see there's a CS file in there with all the code that I had. Now, what is now a big advantage of working in a solution is that I can actually extract some of the classes that I have in my file and create a separate file for them. For example, here, if I now select Add and then class, and I call this one singular life, I can actually extract this class from my code and add it here. I'll just give this a name. I'll need to add some references, of course. Now my class is almost usable. See, I don't have any errors anymore. Can organize it a bit. Now, of course, I also need to change this one to add a using to my namespace. But as you can see, I can now more easily structure my code in this project. And DIS will, when I want to publish my script, combine all files or all code from every file in my project again into a singular CS file so it can be included in my XML here. As an example, I can actually either publish, or if I want to have the full XML available, I can also select File and then Save Compiled Script As, and I'll give it a new name here. If I now go to this XML and I open it with Notepad, for example, let me share this, you will see I only have one exe, and DIS will have added my code from my additional singular live class file into the exe code. So this is actually a very nice feature to combine all your or to have all your different files for your classes. Now let me add also my VLC script in here. So again, an existing DataMiner script. I'll select the VLC one, open it up, and a new folder is added with an additional project in there. Again, I can create additional files for all my classes or every separate file that I want to have in my project. But this is a really nice way to work on multiple scripts within the same Visual Studio instance. Now, what if I don't have any scripts yet, or I want to add a new script? I can do the same thing. I select Add, but this time instead of existing DataMiner Automation script, I select New DataMiner Automation script, and then I need to provide a name. So I'll call it singular live new stream. Click OK. And now what DIS has done is create the XML for me and already created a project where I can now start adding my code, which is empty at this point, or only the base structure is there. So in my case, I actually had this script already. So I'll just copy paste what I had. And this script actually calls the other two. But as you can see, it's quite easy to either add existing or add new scripts in your solution. Now we have already seen how you add multiple scripts to one solution, which is already nice to combine all your scripts for specific functionality together. And we also seen that you can easily extract your classes into different files, which helps managing your code more easily. Now, another big advantage of working in Visual Studio Solutions is that I can easily add unit tests for my code. To show you, I'll create a small unit test for my VLC script. So what this script does is create a new stream. For that, it will require, first of all, that an available stream is or that there is an available stream. If not, my new stream method will return false, which means it could not create a new stream. So what I would like to do now is add a unit test for my new stream method that actually verifies that if there is no available stream, that false is returned. So to do that, I'll right-click this method and select Create Unit Tests. I don't have any unit test project yet in my solution, so I'll need to create one. I'll just keep the default values here and click OK. So now I have a unit test project in my solution itself. So when I will save my solution and I want to continue next time, these unit tests will still be there, which is nice because now I have at least some testing to check that if I do any changes to my solution or my code, I can still verify that no functionality will break. So my unit test, let me just quickly copy paste the code for the actual test I want to do now. So in this case, what I actually need is first of all create an instance of my VLC element or class. And what I need for that is provide an engine object, which is my interface with DataMiner functionality or code to work in automation script. And I need to provide the element object for my VLC element on the DataMiner. Now in my unit test, of course, I don't have any connection to DataMiner, so I'll mock both these classes to be able to use them in my test. And to do that, I'll use a mock NuGet package. So I'll first need to add that to my project. So I'll search for that. And I'll just select install. Now that this package is installed, I can start using it in my unit test project. So let me close this again. And now I'll just need to make sure that the necessary usings are added. So what I'm testing in this case is basically, first of all, I expect that my method to create a new stream will return false, because I will make sure that no available streams are there. So to do that, I'm mocking the engine, and I'm also creating a mocked element where I will first of all add a property or configure the isActive property to return true. This is needed because this is something I'm checking in the constructor. And then what I'm also setting up is that the primary keys that are returned for this specific table returns an empty array. This is actually used because my getAvailableStream method will request the primary keys of that specific table and will return null in case no stream is then available, which should then return false. So that's what I'm trying to check here. I will create a new VLC instance with my mocked objects and then get the result from the new stream method, where the arguments don't really matter in this case. And I'm checking if my result matches what I actually expect. So now if I go to Test Explorer, I can see I have one test available. If I now run this test, hopefully it will succeed. So you can see my test succeeded. So if I would now add additional test methods to cover most of the cases I want to cover, then I can be confident in the future, if I make any changes to this code, or even someone else makes changes to this code, if my tests still pass, that I didn't break any functionality. As you can see, working with automation script solutions adds a lot of benefits. Hopefully by now you know how to do this and you're confident to start doing this as well.